Welcome to Barranquilla, man. We got some hotties out here. These girls out here stopping the runway, bro. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, I'm in downtown Barranquilla. We out here. We in Central right now. It's my first time in Barranquilla, man. I'm just seeing what's happening. So it started off good, bro. We got all these hot Latin beauties. Oh. Amor. Damn. Yeah. I got hella footage. I'm with my homie right now. Charlie's on TV. Say what's up. Like and subscribe to his channel. Oh, fuck.
You alright, bro? Come on.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so...
I might pay the extra $10. Depending on how I feel while we're doing it.
Yeah, so riding around downtown Barranquilla on a bike. Just want to get a vibe of the whole city, you know. I fuck with it. So far, so good. What's good? It's your boy Passport Dog here. I'm at this nice Airbnb in Barranquilla. Only 30 bucks a night. 15th floor, man. Got an amazing view. Nice little setup here. Kitchen area. Sorry, I'm not that clean, but we got a nice little setup here. Barranquilla. My homie Dre coming in town. Hey bro, what's good? What's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
All right. What's good, Dre? Long time no see, man. How you? You are the only person I know who's been living out here for the last, what, 2 years? How long?
Going on 3, actually.
Going on 3 years, so...
Well, in Barranquilla, 2 years.
So, here in Barranquilla for over 2 years.
Mm.
How you love it? Like, the good, the bad, the ugly, let me hear it all, bro.
Well, I mean, first thing about Barranquilla is just the heat, you know? I mean, the heat, the humidity, the flatness of the cities, the stuff like that. I mean, but you can get over that. If you can deal with the heat and humidity, spend money on AC, stuff like that. But overall, Barranquilla is super chill. It's not one of those, it's definitely not like Medellin at all, not even a little bit. But at the same time, you know, I've been here as long as I have. You know, I got married, so, you know, that helped settle things down, pass time better, you know, got somebody here.
Yeah.
So
you're really just living like the chill, like married, laid back life here in Colombia.
Pretty much, yeah.
And for people wondering back at home, like what type of benefit do you get marrying a Colombian woman, like as far as like visa situation, like how does that work out?
Well, I started on my own visa here, the retirement visa. But once you get married, you can switch over to basically the marriage visa. You'll still be migrant status, and you can hold your marriage visa for I think approximately 2 years. and after the 2 years, you can apply for residency.
Oh.
And from residency, the next step is citizenship.
Oh, so it just like fast tracks the from residency to citizenship process.
Because normally, like if I wasn't married, my process would be 5 years migrant, 5 years resident, then citizenship.
Okay, so nice. And wow, so I'm not impressed with Barranquilla, to be honest. Like I've been here, like driving up here, like there's nothing that really like pops out like, ooh man, this is the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And like what are some misconceptions people might have coming here? Like as far as like I'm on vacation and I want to come to Barranquilla, have a good time, like what would you prepare somebody for that? Like what would you tell them?
First, don't come if that's what you're looking for. If you come in, and you have a mindset that things are going to be similar to a Cartagena or Medellin, with the nightlife, the single women that are interested in foreigners, things of that nature, you're not going to get there here. Like it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's a very, very small town vibe. It might look like a big city, but it's a very small town vibe. Like, and that's really like a general thing about Colombia. People are very family oriented, very clique based people. Like everything's all in a group. And like if you don't know how to network, you don't know how to speak Spanish, it's really hard to get anything popping out here. And
that's key. The Spanish that's one of the main reasons. Now, if you can speak Spanish and communicate with the locals, then that's going to open up a lot more doors for you here. To where you can network and things like that. You're not stuck to certain environments with a certain element of female.
And the biggest thing that people talk about here in Barranquilla is the carnival. And you've been here for multiple years experience. How is the carnival here in Barranquilla?
I mean, a lot of people like it. I mean, from what I experience here, I mean, the entire city turns into carnival. It's 4 days of them having an excuse to just drink all day, pretty much, But carnival isn't like how you see it in other cities that host a carnival. Carnival here, you got thousands of people everywhere, but it's that many cliques of people as well,
Yeah, they're still in their groups, in their cliques, and they're still in their bubble. That's a big thing here in Colombia. Everybody's in their bubble,
and that's
where networking, speaking Spanish comes into play. To like everywhere in Colombia, it's the same way in Medellin. Honestly, it's the same way in Medellin, but there's a lot more opportunity to do other stuff. But still, that underlying, I have to network, I have to speak Spanish. Clique-based culture is like a Colombian-wide thing. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter which city that you're in. Out here on the coast, costeños, they're very family-oriented and they're super chill, stuff like that. But if it was Medellin and let's say, your weekend warrior, you're coming down, you have an area within Medellin that you can interact with locals. But that's not the genuine Colombia at all. It's almost another country within a country.
Yeah.
Just that little bitty area. The same thing with Cartagena. So it's like guys can come and get those experiences, and if you're only here for a weekend and such and you're looking for that, okay, you got it. But if you want anything more than that, if you don't have that Spanish and such, you're gonna have a hard time, or it's just not gonna happen. Because females don't care that you're a foreigner or an American coming down here, and it's like you're expecting to show up and, hey, love me, I'm gringo.
Yeah.
And it ain't going down like that. It's just not.
So it's not made for the weekend warrior, not a big party scene. But if you are here for a long term and you know how to network, there are a lot of hot chicks out here. I ain't gonna lie, there's plenty. They got a hell of valleys here, but they're not just out and about where you can. It's not as like America. Like it takes a lot of networking and knowing people and being invited into the bubble.
Right, because you can go out here and what you're gonna see is either you're gonna see families, or if there's females, there's also males, or it's a group of females that aren't out looking for males.
Yeah, so we went to the Molly Cone the other day, and it's like this big strip of like where people was just walking, and literally everybody was coupled up. Like there was not. We saw one single woman like the entire time walking by herself, and she was probably going to meet somebody.
And that was after a couple hours.
That was after a couple hours. So everybody's super family oriented, cliquey here, and you gotta network and you gotta be in the know, like in the group to move and like do shit.
Because that's how they move.
Yeah, that's how they
That's
move.
how they interact with each other. It's rare for you to come across a couple and the couple met each other, spontaneously. Hey, I was passing so and so in the mall, got a number, all the stuff we're used to.
Yeah.
They don't do that here. They just don't do that here. No matter which city you in.
Yeah, it's very Colombia. It's not just Barranquilla. It's a lot here, but it's more Colombian-wide type thing. Yeah.
So, overall, I know it all sounds negative for Barranquilla. I have been here for 2 years, but you have to be aware of what the city has and how to move and why you're coming here. If you only want to party and stuff like that, this is not the city for you.
Yeah, this is not the city for weekend warriors. But in your situation, if you do want to like a laid back lifestyle and you're married, and you're just chilling. Like her family lives here, so
some of her family lives here, and the others live in Bucaramanga.
So that type of this city, there's like that type of vibe, like laid back with the wife in the city. But as far as vacation wise, even the carnival is a little bit overrated. I swear to God, it's overrated. It's a little bit overrated. The Choco Carnival, like that was live. But there's not much to the city. It's more of a city where people just go to work, go home, go to sleep, have dinner, go out once in a while with the family, with the group, buy a little bottle of Aguila Light or Rum Medellin or whatever, and they're just sitting there in their little cliques, listening, singing along to the music.
Right, because what I have to do on the weekends is Sundays in Colombia is family day.
Yeah.
So I have to go down to Soledad, spend, we'll get down there midday, and we're gonna be down there till late at night, and all we're doing for all those hours is sitting outside and talking, and somebody's drinking or anything like that. But
music in the background.
Yeah, and down there is music everywhere. But in general, that's the norm here. And even in this city, what you're gonna find is not a lot of clubs in the club scene. There's clubs here, obviously, but what you have more of is people going to like your corner stores, your bars. The corner stores are playing music, or they might have the game, the soccer games. You're gonna find more of that than let's go out there. There's all these clubs here and all that. Yeah, there's a couple areas that are like that, but you're gonna see quick that you go out there and there's only 2 or 3 clubs right there. Then that's it. And this long street, and then boom, here's 3 clubs. And then that's it. Then you do the same thing maybe, in another part of the city, but after about a certain time, there ain't nobody out. Colombians, they don't be out like that late at night.
Yeah, man. Like, it's not very motivating.
Yeah.
And that's what I just want you guys to hear, like the real, like, I don't like to overhype people's expectation and tell people it's something that it's not. Like, I want to give you like realistic expectations. And this city is more family based, more like a small town vibe. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's clicked up. People are married. Like, if you want to move out here, there are hot chicks. There's beautiful women out here, but you really got to network.
There's a lot of them, but
it takes a lot of networking.
Right.
Networking is not what you know, it's who you know, basically. And you got to join a lot of organization. That takes time. And all that takes time.
You can't do that in a weekend. You're not going to be able to do it from the internet either.
Yeah.
To try to pregame before you get here, that's only going to get you so far.
Yeah, it really takes, if you really want a hot Barranquilla chick, it really takes living here for a long periods of time to actually secure that. But other than that, like, this is not the town for partying or weekend. It's not the town for the weekend warrior. So it's more family, laid back, relaxed town, and the only hot thing they got going on is the carnival, and the carnival ain't really that hot.
Yeah, and
it's overrated. It's nice, but it's kind of it's not what you think it is.
It's 4 days out of the year. That's it.
So, any last thoughts on Barranquilla for a new guy wanting to move out here? And what do you got? Like, I'm interested in moving out to Barranquilla. What do you got to say to this guy?
It is super chill, so you can move here if you want to, establish yourself, be in Colombia, but not be in a dangerous city, have to look over your shoulder all the time. It's great for that. The north side is
safety. Let's talk about safety real quick. You never felt really endangered or anything of that? Like uncomfortable?
Actually, for most of Barranquilla, no, pretty much not at all. Now the south side, the only times I've actually feared for a particular situation was down there. And even my mother-in-law had a situation that happened right outside her door that was, pretty violent, and 2 people lost their lives over it, from multiple sicarios that pulled up. That's all on the south side.
Yeah.
So if you're not down there moving around, it's cool.
Yeah, and coming from the airport or the bus station to the main part of the city, you pass all that shit, and it's very undeveloped, and it's very ruly, you can say, and compared to the actual city, and so it goes down on the south side of Barranquilla.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's a whole nother Barranquilla, basically. I mean, Soledad isn't Barranquilla, but it's essentially almost the same thing, but everything is different down there. The vibe, it's not a bad vibe, but it is even more local. And if you don't know somebody down there, you really don't need to be playing around down there, because you ain't gonna know where not to go, because there's places that you just should not go. So,
but here in the north part of the city, where a majority of people will be living, it's pretty relatively safe.
Yeah, definitely, and especially most of us as foreigners, we're gonna live closer to this area and further north, and those are stratum 6 areas, the tax level or tax bracket 6 level areas. So it's more higher class, and those are the Colombians with the money. And if you're gonna find any foreigners, that's where they're gonna be at.
So it's relatively safe. The south side, it can get sketchy, but here's a very, very safe city location, and it's relative to its other cities. Like, I think Cartagena is only about 4 hours away. Santa Marta is about 2 hours away. So, and I'm about to take a day trip tomorrow to Santa Marta, and the bus ticket is only 35 pesos. I get there in 2 hours, so I can go from here from 10 o'clock, be there at 12 o'clock, stay there all day, come back at 9 o'clock. So I can take a little day trip to Santa Marta and all these other cities.
Right.
So that's the great thing about this city. It is closer to Cartagena, so if you want to go to Cartagena, it's only a 4-hour bus ride. You want to go to Santa Marta, it's only 2 hours, and the bus fare is fairly cheap, about 30 pesos, 35. That's like what, less than $10 to $8, less than $10 to go to Cartagena and Santa Marta. So it is relatively close to other cities, other hot cities. But how's the economic? What do you pay for rent?
1.5 million pesos.
So that's about what, $350?
Right now, yeah, about 3 something, yeah.
About $350, and it's a 1-bedroom. And so, what's your monthly expenses like living here?
Well, I run my AC 24/7, so my power bill is half my rent. So, well, actually more than half my rent. Most people won't get to pay utilities, so I'll skip that part. You're likely going to come somewhere, get the furnished apartment, and if it's 1.5 million, then it's going to cover all your utilities, and it's furnished. So you'll have that about 3 something a month. If you eat out every day, that can kick you up to about another $300 and something a month. If you know how to cook, or if you got a girl that's going to cook for you, that's going to significantly reduce the amount that you pay a month in food. Currently, we spend about $100 a month in food, and I eat 3 meals a day and have leftovers. You get your meats, your protein, stuff like that. Your entertainment here, that's actually relatively inexpensive depending on where you want to go. If you want to go to the Malecon or more upscale establishments, then you're going to pay a lot more. The local spots, you're going to pay anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 pesos for a beer. You go to the upscale spot, that same beer is 20 or 30,000 pesos. Whereas that we go from $1 to $2 to $5 or $6. Isn't that much of a difference for us in dollars, but if you pay attention to what you're doing down here, you really shouldn't be getting hit over the head for that kind of stuff. So overall,
it's a good budget. What, about $650 a month?
Well,
your rent $350, and
without experience, I'd kick it up to about $1,000 a month. You don't really want to go lower than that unless you know what you're doing. To be able to live how we live and spend less than $1,000 a month, then you're gonna need to know how to maneuver. Because $600.
That's still pretty amazing. Like $1,000 a month for like covering rent, food, and all other entertainment expenses. Really, really cheap. Globally, that's a really good price. So $1,000. So this city is very inexpensive, and it's relatively close to other major cities, like a bus ride to Cartagena or Santa Marta. So it's not a bad deal, but it's just not a lot going on out here. There's not a lot going on. Period.
Yeah, it's just not the city for you to come and want to only party. Can you find party and things to do? Yes, but will you like it? Probably not, because the women that you may be interested in are not going to be interested in you.
Like a lot more conservative.
That, and it's more of a, if you cannot speak Spanish, they're definitely not going to be interested in you. And if they are, you probably don't need to be interested in her.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, Barranquilla, man.
Hey, like I said, I've been here 2 years, but at the same time,
that's a long time.
Yeah, because all the other cities I've been to here in Colombia, and when we lived in Medellin, we still, in Medellin, the two cities, night and day. Like, you can't compare the two on too much of anything, and the culture's different.
Yeah.
The culture is drastically different also. So your experience between the two, if you're only coming here with that weekend warrior mindset, you're going to crash out. It's not going to work out.
Well, man, it was nice seeing you again, man.
All right, bro.